Hey everyone, hope you're having a great summer. Miss everybody. Let's talk a little bit about Parsha Vaetchana. Our Parsha opens up with a tragic scene. Moshe Rabbeinu goes to the top of the mountain and davens what Mefarshim say are 515 different prayers to God to allow him to enter into Eretz Yisrael, into the land of Israel. 515, of course, is the gematria of Ve'etchana. People actually ask, what kind of a tefillah is Ve'etchana? Right? Why not just say that Moshe davened to God? Now, Rashi explains that ein chinun elam lashon matnat china. That Moshe Rabbeinu was well aware of exactly what was coming to him after the sin at the hitting the rock of Mei Merivah, and yet Moshe was still asking God to give him a free ride, a gift, something that he didn't deserve to go into Eretz Yisrael. Of course, Moshe, the most humble of all men, as Chazal tell us, didn't expect that anything was coming to him, but he still so desperately wanted to go into the land. The Gemara in Sota, Daf Yudalid Amid Aleph, asks an interesting question. Moshe, the loftiest of all men, the greatest Navi that there ever was, what exactly did he want to go into the land so badly for? The Gemara's beautiful language, it says, V'chila echol mi pirya u'lisboa mituva, who wrote that? Why was Mipnei ma nit'aveh Moshe likanes l'Eretz Yisrael? Was it just to eat from its amazing fruits, or lisboa mituvah, in order to enjoy the sustenance and the goodness that God has bestowed upon the land of Israel? Gemara says that that can't be the case. Moshe Rabbeinu's reasoning with God was that you've given the Torah through me, and that Torah contains so many mitzvot, in fact, probably the majority of it, that can only be fulfilled within the land. And thus Moshe requested of Hashem, you started this with me, at least let me end it and fulfill some mitzvot. And God's response is a resounding no, Rav Lecha, echoing the language that was used at Har Sinai, another time when Moshe spoke to God. God says, it's enough for you, Moshe. Al tosif daber elai. Don't continue talking to me. And the Gemara continues to say that what God's answer was, is that you, Moshe, we've had this discussion before. When there was the sin of the Chet HaEgel, and I was threatening to wipe out the entire Jewish people, Heref mimeni va'ash midein, says God, it'll just be me and you, Moshe, and we'll be the ones that will start anew in the land of Israel. So Moshe prayed to God to forgive the Jewish people. And part of Moshe's prayer was, Macheni na misifrach asher kasavta. If you don't forgive them, im ayin, erase me from the book that you've written. Moshe is saying at another point in his history, if it means just me and you, God, entering into the land of Israel, without the people that are here with me in the desert, without the people, however flawed, that I have taken out of Egypt, macheni na misifrach asher katavta. Erase me from the book which you've written. God reasons with Moshe. He says, there was one other time when you had the chance to go into Eretz Yisrael, and you didn't have to deal with this generation of people who are going to cause so many problems for you. And you said no, because you wanted to be together, just you and the nation. And that your shlichut, that Moshe's own service and mission for Am Yisrael would have been worthless without them. And yet, you sided with the people, and you chose to not go into Eretz Yisrael. God says to Moshe, don't worry. All of the schuyot, all of the merits of the mitzvot that this nation is going to fulfill in the land of Israel is going to be on you, Moshe. I'm going to make it as if you yourself have done it, because you, of course, were the one that brought them to the cusp of the land, and you're going to be the one that's going to allow them to enter. A sensitive reader will point out that the words macheni, memchet nun, is very similar to the word vaetchnan, chet nun nun. Now, the root, the two-letter root of both those things is chen, chet nun. That Moshe was motzei chen be'inei Hashem. That Moshe had a special grace in God's eyes. So God connects these two words, macheni and ve'etchanan. He says, don't worry, Moshe. We've been here before, and I'm going to make it as if you've taken the entire nation into the land of Israel, and you yourself have been there. The Hasidic interpreters, and we'll end with this, add on another wrinkle into Moshe's tefillah. What was so tragic about it is that Moshe knew exactly why he wasn't going in. And it says, Va'etchanan, it doesn't use a lashon tefillah. Ve'etchanan al Hashem ba'etahi leimor. Rashi points out that the word leimor is extra. So we can render this Ve'etchanan al Hashem. Moshe davened to Hashem ba'etahi at that time leimor, to speak. Moshe was just asking for one more chance to speak to the rock, to speak to the nation, to hopefully fix the sins that had happened due to the lack of speech or bad speech. And God's response was, Rav Lecha, it's enough out of you, Moshe, but don't worry. I've got your back, and you're going to have the SAR as if you would have taken them into the land. Good Shabbos. Miss all you guys.